I'm Cheryl DeLuca-Johnson, and I'm the Executive Director of Street Grace. I came to faith late in my life. I was 38 years old, and there are lots of reasons for that, but it was late. 3 months after coming to faith, I told the pastor who brought me there that I didn't know if I could belong to a church that didn't have an outreach program. Thankfully, and he's still a good friend, he smiled at me and he said, well, then go make one. And so I went out and I interviewed some nonprofits, and I actually agreed to volunteer at Metro Atlanta Recovery Residences at that time, and for 3 weeks. Been there for 11 years. Worked myself into a consulting position for lots of reasons. My life is complicated. It's not easy. Even before I had faith, I know that God was there, and I watched a show on 2020 about the Romanian orphans, and my husband came home one day and was sitting in the chair, and I was sitting on the fireplace, and he said, what do you feel like doing? He probably meant for dinner. I said, I think we're supposed to go to Romania and adopt a child. 2 months later, I went to Romania and adopted a child. 2 years later, we adopted our youngest daughter from Paraguay. So I have 4 wonderful children. So I thought, and I kept saying, well, this is it. You know, my husband and I would talk and say, well, we've done enough. We've done our good deeds. And quickly came to know that there is no such thing, that God's love is crazy. And it requires a crazy commitment in order to follow it. And so continued to work, and I served addicted women for many years. Again, I said, you know, my son, our youngest son, the one adopted from the orphanage in Romania, has an unfortunately terminal and progressive disease. My husband's had 2.5 years of remission from lymphoma, and so I said, you know, it's time for life to slow down. Don't need my salary, thankfully. You know, God has blessed us, and so there's no human reason for me to take on anything else, much less a startup organization trying to ally churches together for a social cause. But then someone called me and told me the story that 200 to 300 children are raped for profit in the city of Atlanta each month. And it didn't matter what my plans were anymore. And it was crazy, and I don't have time for it. And my salary is donated every year, and I am compelled to do this because I am clear that I'm a child of God, and He requires what He gives, and that is crazy love.